just hit the tab button and close the tab. It's the easiest way to do it. Yep. So you know how when you're in your like Google or whatever on your phone and you have the square with the multiple tabs open in the top corner? Just hit that. It'll open them all up and close the StreamYard tab.
All right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Also, I really do. I'm like, you should know how to do this.
All right. Later, Mandrell. Later, Casey.
Later, guys. All right. We're back. We're back. There we go. We're over here now. We made it. Oh my goodness. You see, I tell you, Casey's one of those guys. When it's time to go night night, he puts everybody to sleep. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah, we did the damn thing. So rock this out for. But anyways, okay. So pick up where. Hold up. There's Angel. Boom. So pick up where you left off, Orthodox guy.
Oh, he's muted.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I was talking to Mandrill and Casey. Mandrill's going to bed as well.
Okay. That.
Well, my rebuttal to Casey is, well, not really Casey, but the socialism argument, because I've heard that argument from a lot of people. Is innovation has been stifled for a very long time in this country, and it's not really socialism that has done that, right? It is when you give corporations a blank check to do what they want to do, and then you factor in inflation, right? They waste the money. They don't meet production values, or not values, but deadlines. Like look at how long it has taken us to get our 5th generation fighter ready. It's been going on like 12 years, I think now, and it's over budget by like fucking $30 billion. Right? That's not because of socialism. That's completely handled by private contractors. Look at fast food, for instance. There's no innovation there. You got the same variation of fucking hamburger.
Right.
I mean, fucking go to Walmart. Look at any consumer product. You really don't have innovation. You have refinement. That's not innovation. They do because innovation is not profitable.
Right.
And it's not
that, and they're just they drag stuff out. Like everything gets drug out. Like they have a road. I forgot what road it is. It's in New York that they've been working on for like 3 decades going on.
Houston, Texas. Look at the Spaghetti Junction.
Yeah.
And this is all private contractor. This is because of overgrown capitalism. And the thing is also, and I'm not trying to be a pedantic prick, this isn't socialism. Right. This what Casey was describing is communism. Right, because socialism is just being organized on a societal level, right, bigger than a tribe.
Right.
And socialism is good for a nation. You need some socialism in order to have anything function as a society. But Marxist socialism is evil in general because it's fucking communism. And it annoys me that when people go, well, socialism is the road to communism. You know who said that? Lenin. You gonna believe a fucking communist?
Now listen. We're gonna give Casey the benefit of the doubt, okay? Because Casey asked me, because he truly wanted to know where me and Orthodox are coming from. He asked me to link him some documents, you know what I mean, to what we believe in, and I did that. And he's currently reading through those. So, you know what I mean?
After talking to Casey and Ray more, like I get that Casey's not trying to troll and be a dickhead.
Yeah.
At first, I thought he was, like months ago when I first met him when I was on Jay Rillo stream on the Snowman channel. I thought he was.
He's like Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not a dick. That's just how I talk.
But like, I've actually come to respect Casey and I'm trying to read him and be able to talk to him with a little bit of respect because he's not a prick. So
I mean, we've almost had to stomp out so many people just because of that in public. Like, I mean, like literally, that's just how he is. like you'll just be around and be like, "Nah, he didn't mean it like that." Well, I'm feeling something. I'll be like, "Well, I mean, we can beat you up. Like,
you can feel that way with a black eye. Or you can feel that way, all right. Getting your ass beat's not going to make you feel any better, bud.
For real, like now you're just not gonna like everyone that you talk to today.
Hey Ray, are you connected to your mic on StreamYard? Your actual mic?
Let me see. Oh shit! You know what? Because I had to open up a different browser. No, I'm not. Boom. There we go. Okay, I'm on the good mic now.
There you
Awesome.
go.
There it is.
There you go.
I'm
knew
sorry
it
for my
sounded
bad audio, but I'm poor, so I will
You know
be
what?
fixing that soon.
You know what though? Say what you
That's
will
a
about-
temporary state. You're just broke right now. You're not poor.
Yeah, I won't stay this way. I will bust my ass to the day I die to get out of this fucking state.
Say what you will about poor people, but it's either I could tell you 1,000 poor white trash people that could fix your car, paint your house, fucking it's just like they had a choice, right? Either learn all these things or fucking die. So
right.
so they decided
Well,
That's the reason you'll never hear me say that poor people are lazy. They work extremely hard. Extremely hard. It's a lot of work either way.
It's
Either
about
way.
75. It's about 75, 25%, right? 75% poor people don't know, or 75% bad choices, and the 25% they just don't know financial literacy. They don't understand how finance works, and that's something I've had to learn on my own because I've always been very frugal, but I've had to learn how loans work. I've had to learn how credit cards work. I've had to learn how to navigate this 100% on my own, and I'm pulling myself out from it little by little.
I'm right there with you. I totally understand that. And it's an undertaking. And like the thing that's crazy is like when you start doing that, like at least my experience was like my family, they just looked at me like I was crazy for like a whole decade. Like there was just like 10 years of like, I don't understand why you're doing that. Like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, dude, like there's a reason. Oh, snap. Look at this. Oh shit. Look at this. We got hitters in the building. Oh my good. Black Suitify. What the? This is an honor. I've
just been listening in the background. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man. You know, before Casey disrupted our wonderful conversation, we had to restart it.
I saw.
We're talking solutions. We're talking solutions.
Yeah. Hey, I heard for the New Frontier.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, are you guys pursuing 501c3?
Yes.
Are you using a lawyer to do this?
We are going to be using a lawyer, yes.
Okay, I was wondering, I'm like, if you want to generate revenue, then that is the way to do it.
Yes.
I just
501c, is that charity?
Yes. You are.
I wasn't sure.
You are legally tax exempt from the United States government. I mean, if you just look it up, it is nauseating how many people have a 501c3 that they are filtering their ill-gotten gains through. Guaranteed, every NBA player that you can name, and there are a lot of them that you can name off the top of your head, has a 501c3 that they are sitting on the board of directors as either the director or one of the executive directors and is drawing a paycheck through them because that is where they are placing all of their ill-gotten gains.
Isn't the paycheck still tax deductible though? If you're paid
the paycheck is tax deductible because you are receiving a wage. However, the money is infinitesimal. You don't have to spend the money on anything. You don't have to say, hey, well, we said that we were going to save the children. I'm LeBron James and I have the Save the Children Foundation. So you would think they would put the bulk of the funds towards saving the children. No, you can put as little or as much as you want toward paying the children. By law, you can pay your executives whatever you want. It's just it's a way to dollar cost average without the government taking a chunk of the company's revenue on the front end. And of course, it will get something on the back end because you receive a wage. but it is, hey, this is how all these billionaires, ultra rich millionaires, and even some thousandaires hedge their profits. It's just another hedge. Same thing with, whole life insurance, etc.
How would we go about fixing that? Regulate it more, or
how would we go about fixing a 501c3?
Yeah, fixing that where it's harder for these people to do that.
The only way that I could see it is if we make it go belly up, and then and that means, like you said, regulation and putting a new law on the books, like Gavin Newsom trying to with the 28th Amendment. But that's neither here nor there.
But in order to do that, we're going to have to become hypocrites.
There you go.
We're going to have to, because you're not going to, like I said, we identify the problem and then formulate the solution. Look, we cannot. If we're going to fight them, then we're going to have to become the monster that they are, and then have the character and the humanity to undo it.
Yes. And that's the thing. That doesn't make
it. Like, are you going to be willing to take the crown off and remove yourself from power and go, okay, we've got them pushed out. Now we're done with this. Like, that's
what we have to do. That does.
But see, that's what the 501c3 was originally created for. Same thing with oh my goodness, I just lost my train of thought that quickly. But that's what it was created for. Or I'm sorry, same thing with the corporation, like you were explaining earlier. But the corporation, of course, now that it's a living entity, they exploit that to the fullest. It now has free speech. Mm-hmm. It can do what a flesh and blood human being can do, and that gives it the right to engage the way to the populace as we would engage. My only issue is this: I don't mind capitalism. I'm a capitalist. I believe capitalism takes you further than socialism or communism would, hands down. Okay, I do know the difference between communism and socialism, of course. And yes, you were right when you said Lenin, or whoever said Lenin is the one who made that erroneous statement that socialism is the road to communism. However, there's one place that people keep mentioning that's supposedly a working model of socialism, and that is Mondragon, Spain. Mm-hmm. You guys ever heard of Mondragon, Spain's co-op?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's not Noam Chomsky, but it's another guy who's of that ilk. I can't remember his name. He's a New Yorker, but he is a socialist through and through. And he always gives talks about it. What is his name? I'll have to look him up. But he always mentions Mondragon, Spain as the model for socialism that works. And here's my issue with that. When you peel back that onion, it isn't socialism because it's a co-op, firstly, and it's owned by the workers. So it's not owned by the government. What's a socialist society? It is people sharing in the resources, a community sharing in the resources as delineated by a democratically elected government. Okay, that's socialism by definition. These guys in Mondragon, Spain, it's this co-op, this company is owned. It's a cooperative, meaning it's owned by its workers. So it's housed and compartmentalized from the society as a whole, which means that the workers are its shareholders, which means it's capitalism, or a softened version of capitalism, not socialism. My principal, when I was in high school, owned a co-op. When his father owned it, and then he owned it for a while through the 80s and 90s, and then end up selling it to a big corporation. But it was the same thing. It's just capitalism by a different name. So I'm looking for socialism that actually works.
That socialism is something I understand your definition of socialism, right?
Yeah.
But socialism, the way I define it is something that you can add to just about any ideology or any
Mhm.
economic system. It is basically volunteerism, right? Where people participate and contribute to something, and then the profit is then reinvested into the people or whatever you're working with, right? And when it comes to capitalism, I see traditional capitalism as private ownership of the means of production. Right. And I'm fine with that. But I don't believe corporations should be able to own the means of production. I don't believe that you should be able to have a large foreign population owning the means of production. And that's where it gets a bit murky, because when you have the means of production owned by large conglomerates, whether they be international or even within your own nation, it becomes profit first.
Yep.
Right, and that's where I'm saying, hey, we need capitalist social capitalism,
Right.
because the profits do no good sitting in someone's bank account. You have to reinvest that to have growth.
Well, absolutely.
Mm.
And go ahead. Mhm.
And the reason China will eventually beat us is they are pumping out 150,000 engineers a year, 100,000 doctors a year, 75,000 teachers a year. And we are barely able to keep up with that. And the thing about the Chinese system is they're not in debt up to their eyeballs to get these necessary things, these necessary credentials, this necessary education to continue to grow their population. Because it takes engineers to keep a city running.
But before I continue, Angel, you wanted to say something. I see you were raising your hand, sir.
I think you're
muted, sir.
You're muted, Angel.
You're still
Angel,
muted.
you're still muted.
You're still
Either you unmute or there's going to be no strippers for you, sir.
Angel,
You're
try
still
it.
muted. You're going to have to drop and come back.
You're gonna have to
He,
drop.
may, he may not be muted. He may have unplugged his mic.
He's on his phone. His mic's his phone.
To your point about China, let's peel back that onion. China is having its own problems, and that has to do with population control. So, yes, in the short term, they appear to be winning, absolutely, because of the innovations, but they are eating. Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
Angel.
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
sir.
Yes.
All right, I'll
Gotcha.
let you finish first there, Blacks.
Okay, cool. They're eating themselves to oblivion. They don't have their one-child rule ruined them. Who was the KGB agent who defected to America? Who laid out the plan for America as it stood?
I don't remember his name because you asked, but I know who you're talking about. The one who gave it the subversion, the one who was talking about subversion.
Yes. It takes 25 years, just about 25 years for them to disrupt what's going on. But it then takes 50 years for them to undo it. China is having a birthing issue. They are the lowest on the totem pole globally when it comes to births per capita. Why? Because their one-child rule introduced these people to not having children. So the young people who are coming up, even the ones younger than us, I'm 37 years old this month. They're saying, yeah, we're not getting married, and we're not having children. China said, okay, we will subsidize you $7,000 a year per child to have children. They said, no, we're not going to do that. So what does that mean? The children, just like here in America, children pay for the elderly to live later. Okay, that is a socialist policy. Social Security. All countries have a form of it in some shape, form, or fashion by different name. The children pay the way for the elderly. They're not going to have that anymore, and they're doing all that they can to do so. Furthermore, they're not going to have a working populace. But do you know who's highest on the totem pole when it comes to births per capita? Mexico.
Africa. Oh, I thought it was going to be Africa. Mexico?
Mexico.
Okay.
and
that's
just follow the money. See where America starts building its new plants or reopens plants. You just follow the trends. China is doomed to eat itself. And while they are having a magnificent boom now, they are caught up in the pomp and circumstance. And they are also, they do something that militarily, they do something that we don't do anymore, which is DNC, which is, my goodness, drill and ceremony. It's a waste of time and money. You see at every turn, that's what they do to prove their prowess, their power. But I digress. Just watch what Mexico does in the next 10 years.
Well, drill and ceremony may be a waste of money, but it has several purposes that aren't seen.
Not if your military equipment is obsolete.
True, and China's rapidly, and I'm not a pro-China person, to be honest. But they are a threat. They are rapidly.
No, I'm not saying that they're not a threat. That BRICS situation is a threat. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, it's going to continue too, by the way, because that's what sanctions does. When America says we'll be the real world reserve currency and we'll let everybody do trade and it'll be in our currency, be open to everybody, and they go, no, you don't agree with our policy, so you can't use our dollars. What do you think they're going to do?
But it's not just that. Like the most important part is it doesn't even matter if it was a policy issue. The issue that we're having right now, and the reason there's so many countries flocking to that, there's so many countries that are flocking to use Bitcoin, is because in order to be the world reserve currency, your currency has to be stable. You can't be having gratuitous inflation. You can't have the country that has the world reserve currency should be seeing at max 5% inflation, maybe,
and it's doable.
Like
we need to return to the gold and silver standards, in my opinion.
The issue is though, you can't make up pretend money.
Nope.
At that point, if you have a standard, if you have real currency, you can't do that. The only reason we're not on a standard now is because whenever they make up these, like if you just for instance, World War II. When America finally entered into that war, right? You know what the first thing that happened was? They created money and gave it to, I think it was Britain and France. And you know what Britain and France did? They took the bulk of that money and paid the loan to JP Morgan so that they could service their loan.
Yep.
Then we started killing people. That's what happens when we issue these wars. The thing is, nobody, like, we don't even talk about that any longer, but like most of the time, both sides of these wars are funded by the same fucking people.
Because you'll be persona non grata if you do so.
Right. But I mean, like, that's the reality of the situation. It's not about them being able to go, we can't be on a standard. The people that are running this country is indebted to, don't want there to be a standard because then they can't just make up money anymore.
No, that they own the Federal Reserve Bank. The Federal Reserve Bank 100%. Is not a public bank.
No,
and that's
not even a part of this country. It's not even a part of this country.
That's what our founders were not against a central. Our founders and our leaders up until like I think the Civil War and maybe even after weren't against a central bank, right? They were against a private central bank like you had seen in London or in Great Britain, you had seen in Germany, because this is how these people make their money, through usury and inflation, deflation, and destabilization of the currency that you give them the right to print.
You guys need to read 2 books by Norman Finkelstein. Norman Finkelstein. He's a Jew who is against. He is persona non grata. He's against.
Oh, is he the Jewish guy that Jewish people were like, "You're not a Jew anymore"?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll burn that. One of the books is "I'll burn that bridge when I get there," and the other one is the Holocaust industry or the The
Yeah, I know.
Holocaust.
I know exactly who you're talking
That's
about.
how you really fastly burn that bridge. That's how
Yes, hey,
That's
listen,
how you get there yesterday.
look, I'm just telling you, it's a riveting read. Because it begs the question: if the narrative as told is truthful, as they say, and this is a guy who grew up in, squarely and wholly in that life, in that world, and he just became a critical thinker. See, what I see when I look at you, fine gentlemen in New Frontier, I see critical thinkers beyond anything else. And that is what attracts me to people like you, what attracts me to others who are like-minded in that regard. And then they have the resolve to act upon it. We don't have to agree on everything, but as long as we think critically and question, that is what we need.
Agreed.
Yeah.
We have everything of this earth we have to think critically on, and we have to discuss. We have to ask the question: why is this happening? How is it happening? And to what purpose? What profit is the motivation behind this?
Absolutely. And to murder 100.
Oh yeah,
I will never run for politics ever in my life. Never. It's not worth it, man.
Not happening.
Never ever.
I would run for politics, but Ray Bumpkin, no, I can't do that.
Bro, I was about to say, I was like, I can't either, but I mean, I think there's multiple facets. Like I will fight in the financial sphere because like I understand how money works. Like I understand what they're doing. Like I understand I understand like one of the things that I was blessed with that's a blessing and a curse is anything that I can see, I can probably figure out how to replicate it.
Yeah.
And like the game that they're playing it's not hard. You just have to be callous and ruthless. Like it's just what it is. Like
that's the thing. I have a switch I can cut on and off, right? My tribe, the people who help me, the people who give me guidance, I see them as friends and family. I will take care of them. I will give my all for them.
Yep.
You come against them, that switch gets turned on, and I do not give a fuck about your whole family tree. Every branch can be broken.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those things, and so like the more that I think about it, and like every time we have one of these conversations, I really enjoy it when you guys come over because it's like I'm trying to gear this to where it's like everybody can walk away with like a little bit of homework, like something that we can do to help move the needle forward. And the more like I look into it, the more I'm just like, okay, so like we have to identify a worthwhile end goal. And then it's just like, hey, we're pursuing this relentlessly on every level. Like it has to, there needs, and I've been saying this for a long time. Like when I went through a phase where I was like, I didn't like business owners. I was like, this is just a fucking scam and they're taking advantage of everybody. And then I was like, well, why aren't there people who build businesses where it's like, I don't want to just win by myself. I want everyone who's with me to win. Like, why can't we do that? Like, why can't those businesses be made?
Because they're human beings and they're oh man, I just lost the train. They are irreparably flawed. And the majority of the business owners that I don't like, and I'm going to appear racist for saying this, but the majority of business owners I don't like are Black. And it's just the truth. And it isn't, I've only run into, that I've dealt with personally. I've only run into about 3 Black business owners that will, if something went wrong, will give the shirt off of their back to make it right. Whereas, I'm my time with a lot of Black business owners has been riddled with scams and foolery. Let's just say that.
Damn.
I have an opinion. It may not be warranted on that, but I think that Black people have learned the most from negative capitalism that we have in the modern day. Yeah. Because they have statistically been the poorest and the most that had to adapt just to survive. and they have had to learn this system to the best of their ability. And this is the representation of you get, because what they're doing is what is encouraged by people who have the money to sue you if you call them out for it.
Right.
Right.
I can agree with that. Yes.
Can I add or say what I was going to say a little bit ago, please?
Yes,
go
Angel. Yes.
Go ahead.
So I agree with Orthodox and you blacks of what you guys just said there, and I may come off as a bad person for saying this, but anytime like I hear like the term socialist or Marxist socialist or communist, I just think of free society, that people think of free housing, free healthcare, and one of the things obviously that there are many people that are fighting for is free money, aka reparations. And yeah, I'm bringing this topic up for points of view and expression here. One of the problems I see with it is there is just too many black people that will spend their money wastefully and not even think thoroughly of how to reinvest in their government handout money, which essentially all it really is. At the end of the day, if reparations were to become a thing there, and there's just too many black people that won't like invest, they'll spend it on cigarettes, alcohol, drugs. I know 777, and you guys jokingly said where why help me see a stripper, but those spend on hookers and cocaine.
Okay, so my deal is it doesn't matter what they spend it on. We didn't give nobody else who got reparations did they go back and go, what did you spend your reparations money on? And realistically, the only success story that we have in regards to reparations is the Jews, because they was on point. But this is the deal. And like I can argue either side of this argument because like it doesn't affect me because I'm actively out here getting it anyway. But if you were to do it, then we could just shut the fuck up about it. If reparations did come out, then I'd just be like, well, cool. I don't want to hear nobody talk about the white man taking shit like ever.
Yeah,
again.
that's my argument.
John Nickworth.
But also for those that were to spend their like money wastefully, as I mentioned, we'll just ask for more and more at the end of the day.
Well, let me broach the topic because I opened Pandora's box here. Listen, I'm not saying that this is every black business ever. Yeah. You know, because I can say the same thing about Asian businesses. In fact, I've worked for Koreans that did the same thing. I worked for, Jordanians and Arabs who did the same thing when I was growing up in Chicago. Believe me, some of the things they said, some of the things they did to little girls and little black girls. I won't. Anyway, so yeah, it's not to say that it's only black people. I'm just giving you my anecdotal reasoning for not dealing with a lot of black companies in my sphere of influence. If
I may, real quick, you're a black man. You're going to deal with black people more often.
Yeah.
So you would see it you would see it more. Just like I'm a white man, I'm going to deal with white people more often.
There you go.
Right. And that's the thing.
Lastly,
but yeah, like I said, I'm sorry if I came off there, but at the same time, I'm just expressing. But obviously, like you said, people can spend their money on whatever they want, but they shouldn't like complain that they're broke after spending $500,000 at a night with a hooker there.
Well, the thing about it, Angel, is that's a poverty issue, right? Like I had mentioned before, right? The largest poverty-stricken group in America is black people, right? But if white people, Asians, blacks, Hispanics, whoever would be impoverished, right? And Andre from New Frontier says this all the time. They buy what they want and beg for what they need.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting that right. And that's a poverty issue.
Yeah,
it's also a lazy issue.
I do understand that. I understand that, but to answer Melanin University's like little question, she says, "Angel, love you, but how much of the same thing you mentioned applies to your race? All that, no. So come on now, it ain't really about what they are spending their monies on. Are you talking about like my ethnicity? Because I'm Native American." But I don't get what they classify as it. Because even though I'm a registered native in the Pima tribe, there is a thing called a per capita, if you guys know what I mean. We don't get it every month. We don't get it when we want to. We get it every quarter of only $3,000 up to that is. And it's based upon like the reservation in Scottsdale there. And if anyone knows what that is or what I'm talking about, obviously, that's where I'm registered as a tribal member there. There ain't gonna say which tribe, just for my own safety. There, but from what my entire the native family of my brother, my sister, it's not even called reparations. There, it's called a per cap.
I was gonna say, isn't that from tribal businesses like casinos and bars and whatever economy that tribes have?
That also is a form of reparations. I mean,
it is subsidized by the United States government.
They're sovereign nations, and that they're allowed to do with on their land as they want for the most part. Some states don't allow it.
You're also not allowed to just make casinos either. Like that was one of the things that they did. They were like, "Hey, like, sorry, here, you guys are the only ones that can do this thing that we all like to do."
Well, the thing is, like Texas, right? Native Americans gave up their right for casinos in Texas.
Yes, they did.
And one thing, I think Ray's changing his earphones. I don't know if he can hear me, but you can hear me. All right. I can't hear what you're saying because your mic is off, but I can see your reaction. I'm not gonna go hard because I respect you and I don't want your channel to get hurt. But I got to bring this up. You mentioned a certain tribe that is not Native American and what they did with their reparations. I'm just going to say that was a scam, like 90% of their business ethics. I'm just going to be honest. That's my feelings on it. They got, I mean, if one of their own calls it out and says that it didn't happen or it was over exaggerated and that he's not allowed to be one anymore, I'm just saying, and that was one that woke me up to. But I'm not going to talk too much on it because I don't want.
But just like our government, they took full advantage of it.
Do you fucking blame them? I don't blame any group of people for doing that. And you know my politics.
Let me tell you, if they approve reparations here in KC, bro, I'm crawling in with a dirty wife beater on, shorts with a hole on the butt cheek. And I'm playing it up as hard as possible.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm gonna forge my family tree.
I got New Frontier. I gotta support my homies, man. I gotta make this mile-long crawl, bro.
Right. I promise you, if they approve reparations, I'll be like, look, see, back in the day, my family, we didn't own slaves. They was broke, but it was one black guy that just found his way into a bedroom, and that was my great grandfather. Give me.
And that's exactly.
I'm gonna be singing the songs.
Sweet
yes. I'll be like, hey, bro,
you gotta sing the Negro National Anthem. But that's the thing. The point you made. You said if they accept the reparation and then say nothing else, that would be the end of it. That would be the parameters in which you would accept said reparation. And Jonathan McWhorter, who is a linguist, said the same thing. But the problem is we know that that's not going to happen because the mouths of said society, the mouths of the group will say, oh, well, don't think just because you honkies gave us this money that this in any way squares us. You understand? This is what they will do. Like they have done since time memorial. I told you.
I mean, we're seeing this play out right now. with
Yeah.
within the ABC LGTBHI MMLP
Right,
2.0
this is-
plus minus symbol plus divided community. Because I was talking about this the other night and I went hard on it, and like everybody was like, oh well, like that makes, they wanted to make sure I was all the phobes and is, but I was like, we literally have a community that functions like a badass 6-year-old. The whole community. They come in, they get a little bit, and they're like, "Hey, did you acknowledge me? Oh, well, that's not enough. I'm gonna come back in. I'm gonna tear some more shit up. Oh, did you acknowledge that? Oh, well, I want some more. Oh, did you do that? Well, I'm still mad." And it's like there's not an end goal here.
Well, actually,
Can I say something? What you just said there is what I was trying to get at about black folks. If reparations was to become a thing.
But Angel, every other society that got reparations, they just got what they got, and then they just shut the fuck up. Like, I mean, every other society can be like, hey, like bad stuff happened, but like the issue is this: if you as a government and a society, and this is part of the reason we have the issues in this country that we have, is if you do wrong by somebody and you don't make them whole, we've built a country off of bad seed, and now those of us who are generations forward that had nothing to do with what happened are still to this day facing the consequences of those actions. The sins of the father pass on to the sons. We are all the sons.
Yeah, once you get there, there's only two options: make somebody whole or get rid of them.
Hey, this has nothing to do with this, but how many people on Instagram gonna follow me talking about Forex? Lord have mercy.
I'm about to take a bumpkin break, but I want to say this, right?
Okay.
And this is gonna make it sound like I'm going back to my Wig Nasty roots, right?
Oh my God.
But you can't.
Here we go.
But you can't. And it don't. I hope people don't take it that way, but it's gonna sound bad. You cannot give barbarians tribute and expect them to go away. You can't give them what they want, and that's not a shot at black people, because that's what we're doing to the LGBT community. We're giving them tribute. We're giving them what they want. It's not like we're a badass. It's not like a badass sector here. I like that analogy because they are childish, but it's like barbarians. It's like raiders. You're appeasing them
at the gates of Rome.
Yeah. You're appeasing them, and they're like, "Well, I want more next time."
Yep.
I'm going to burn this shit the fuck down. And Ray, not every society that was made whole got over it, because more and more people asked for shit. The difference between now is you have a gay, soft version of the past.
Yeah.
Appeasement in the past came with, all right, bitch, this is how we're going to make you whole, and if you fucking say it again, nooses and lead is how we're going to deal with it.
Right.
Now we have, I'll make you whole, please stop being bad and please stop being mean. And it's like, oh, well, I got what I wanted this time, and they're too soft to take over. They're too soft to actually stop me, so I'm going to demand more.
Right.
And I'm going to take and take
the mosque. It's like the mosque.
It's one of the easiest. It's one of the easiest divide and conquers, though, because it's still a conversation. Like, people still have very strong feelings about it. They ain't never even seen cotton. Most of the people that are talking about reparations ain't even seen a cotton plant.
Bro, my first job was picking cotton. I don't even want to hear. I know there's a difference, but it's hard either way.
And it is. My father was a sharecropper in Mississippi, but the issue here isn't a reparation. The issue is how will it be paid?
Right.
I have a solution, actually. I don't think not one individual black person should get money. I think historically black areas and large population of black areas should see massive investment in their infrastructure, their school systems, and things that would benefit the community.
Before.
Well,
listen,
no, I think they should just not make us pay taxes. I think we should just
I take a tax exemption, but let me tell you, it's so funny what a short memory everyone has when it pertains to any sort of reparation.
Right.
Individually, citywide, individual cities have given out reparations to minority populations carte blanche. Most notably for me was Chicago. Chicago gave out billions. To the tune, several billion in over like 10, 15 years, from the 70s to the 80s. Maybe I'm lessening the figure here, but they gave it to the Black Keystone Rangers in Chicago. They gave it to who took their funds to go buy weapons and drugs and try to sell weapons to Gaddafi, to the Vice Lords, who they were all considered charities and clubs for the youth. And they were all gangbangers and drug dealers. Also gave monies to communities within that are now historically Black, but were historically Jewish. And
can I say?
And wait, last thing, and they have created slums.
Yeah,
they are shells of themselves. And now that white people, quote in air quotes, are taking it back over, they're building the Barack Obama Museum and a couple other things, his presidential library, etc.
I'm glad you did air quotes there.
Okay.
I was about to like, you wait a minute, sir. We are not the same.
They're upset because they did nothing with the land that they owned or rented out through Section 8 for 50 years. And now they're like, hey, well, this is prime real estate. And since you don't own any of it, and everybody else who does own it play the long game, we're going to build on it and kick you out.
Well, I guess the adage from, and I love this fucking movie, and it's a book as well, but I think this adage is only in the movie. I'm not sure. Something given has no value, and is ultimately useless. Yeah, I think that may be the case. Also, Ray, I have to ask. So if they did the no taxes thing, would that mean you would only have to pay like a third of your taxes?
Fucking A, bro. hey. I do a little bit of tax. No, you guys just gotta adjust my number a little bit.
But no, here's the thing, right? I want to see every American citizen, right? If they were born here, I want to see all of them contributing to society, and I want to see them taken care of. I want to see the vast majority owning homes and having families.
Can I say?
So my question is this though, and this is because I honestly think the reparations conversation it's only brought around for divisiveness, because if they wanted to do it, they could do it already. We put my deal is this, and it's my only pushback for all the people who talk about not giving the reparations. My only pushback is we give money to Ukraine. Literal everyone else. We're sending M16s over
trillions of dollars
because they blew up their own dam. They blew their own dam up. Russia didn't even blow the dam up. They blew their own dam up for strategic reasons, and now we got to go save them. We're gonna send money. We're paying for illegal immigrants to be in hotels while we got soldiers and our people out on the streets. All I'm saying is, if we can spend billions of dollars for everyone not of this country, wouldn't it be easy to just take $1 billion and just go ahead and bring black people back into the fold so we can just be Americans and stop having this stupid ass conversation and get some shit completed? Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying the money does exist. The money is there. We could not build 2 airplanes.
Well, that will like destroy the shit out of the little bit of cohesion we have, right? Let's be honest. If people see the government alleviating the stress and struggle of people who was never slaves, right? Themselves. And
but what I'm saying is so the other context here is I do not reference slavery in my reparations discussion. I reference the things that this government did. Smart. Yeah. Because they don't owe us money.
That's the majority.
I don't think anyone owes me a fucking dime for slavery. This government owes me money for what they did insidiously via the government incentivized mechanisms that they did to remove wealth from the black populace, which included the wealthy black populace that were never tied to slavery because we all got lumped together after the slaves were released and migrated north.
Can I address square roots real quick? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Could you pull that up real quick?
Yep.
Yeah. See, the thing is, right? Yeah, I get it. I'm not black. I still have the right to have an opinion on it. And the reason I don't care, or I seem not to care, is because in order for me to care, according to most people, I have to have guilt and hate myself for being white, specifically a white German, right? When these conversations come along. So it's not that I actually... Well, it's not that I actually don't care, because I hate to see anybody go through shit, right?
Mm.
But like, when it comes to deciding how reparations should be given out, don't you think that it's a little bit of a right for the people that are being accused of doing bad to try to have a dialogue about how we do this? Because it's going to come from the white tax base. Is it not?
Come from every tax base.
So this is here. Hold on, and it's gonna come from everybody. Well, the issue is it's gonna come from everybody, and it's not gonna come from the white tax base. It's not gonna come from a tax base, period. Because what they're gonna do if this were to happen, what they're gonna do is they're gonna go push a button in an office that makes some extra zeros. That's then going to tax everyone via inflation, so we're all paying for it anyway. And to that point. What I wanted to say to so hold on. Jada asked a question. She said, "So are you and your family made whole from slavery and the other government laws, etc.?" Like from the government laws, like no, I think every person who was black was affected by that. The government laws, slavery. I don't see how you can be made whole from slavery, but I also don't look at myself as a victim. I am stronger because my family was slaves. Like we've been through shit. I've been through shit. I don't sit here and go, oh well, I went through slavery. I'm weaker now. I went through slavery. I can work harder than most fucking people because it's in my fucking blood. I'll outwork you. If it comes to battles of attrition, I'm real fucking good at them. Like, I mean,
can I say something? Can I? I just want to say sorry for even bringing this topic up there. I don't think I have to apologize, but I just want to apologize. I was, as I said when I made my first statement, I am not trying to come off as a bad guy, but I was obviously giving my expression and all that stuff of how some black people would spend their money on and all that there instead of like reinvesting, as I mentioned. But they obviously can spend it however they want. And Melanin, if that's how I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Melanin, University, I just want to apologize to myself there.
Look, no, Angel, we are redacting that apology. Jada, you are rich. Jada, you're legitimately metrically by every single metric measurable. You've won. You've probably got more wealth than everyone on this panel right now. What are we talking about?
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
I will train you. Like,
let me give some metrics when it comes to the so-called white man. You know, how everybody likes to group everybody who is fair complected into being white. Okay.
Well, of course, he's me. Go ahead.
Let's talk about the Italians, right?
I gotta take a bumpkin break. I'll be right back.
No worries.
Yeah, go smoke a cigarette.
That's hilarious. Let's talk about the Italians. The Italians are not white historically. In fact, Sicilians.
You're goddamn right.
And it should have stayed that way. Go ahead.
Jada coming up to yell at me. Hey, Jada, I like your new profile picture.
Polish.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Polish are not
Jada.
white. Polish are not considered white. Irish were not considered white.
Rightfully so.
It's a construct. Whiteness doesn't exist.
And also, Herodotus, if we want to talk history, we want to go there. Herodotus, when he mentioned white, when he was talking about Greece, and then also Rome, when they talked about whiteness, they weren't talking about the complexion. They were talking about a class versus the black class. They're not talking about black people. a lot of people get it mixed up. There's only about a handful of actual white families that live here in America that are historically white, that had anything to do with slavery. It's not Irish, it's not Polish, it's not Italians whatsoever.
It's not
If
German. It's not English.
if anything, it's also not German. You're absolutely right. It's not Germans either, or Swedes, or any of the sequiturs that people like to associate with being white. Furthermore, if anybody would owe a reparation to black people, let's look at ourselves, because black people owned slaves, and so did Nigerians, who brought slaves over in droves through the Bahamas and also in through Brazil.
Can I also add something there, Blex? I don't know if you mentioned, but natives, of course, ain't white either. There, I get a lot of people that like think that my skin color is white when that ain't even what my documents show there. And plenty of my family members are a bit like melanated, dark skin. If you guys know what that is.
So,
I'm not talking about
everybody has melanin in their skin.
Yeah, I'm not talking about super melanated versus, fair. I'm talking about class.
Okay,
May I
before
address
we go too
square
far,
root?
may I say something real quick
Go ahead,
to
Jada.
Ray and Angel real quick?
Sure.
So Angel, that's why I said before, love you before I made my statement. It's Jada LaRue from Brown Girl Bella Show. So I don't know
I
if you remember.
you.
Yeah, we cool, baby. That's why I had to say, love you. I just disagree. So I didn't want you to feel bad. Stand on what you believe in. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I also didn't want
it's okay,
it
and
to
I
come off.
appreciate your apology.
Yeah, I didn't want for those to come offensive or like think what I'm saying is a bad thing or anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't take it completely that way. So you're good, hon. Thank you,
You weren't
Natasha, for
malicious.
dropping my link. Yeah, I don't think it was malicious. That's why I'm like, I had to make sure you understood. Love you. It wasn't an attack. It's just me, pushing back on the thought. So that's
Well,
one,
obviously you
Natasha.
understand,
Vincent,
and I
thank you,
understand
View.
where you're coming from too.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Reckless Ray, sir.
Yes.
Don't
I
be
only
telling
let you
people
come
I
up
got
here.
dollars out here.
Yeah,
So,
don't, bro. Like you roll.
Hey, listen here.
Look. They had a song. It was "I roll through KC so heavy." That's you. Like,
So what you be saying is she has the armored car with the stacks in it and the 5 security
For
guards.
real though, I was like, Jada could probably get some of us disappeared. Probably she got so much money. Like, quit playing.
All I'm saying is,
I do know how to drop bodies, but listen, I ain't got no money like that. I am one of them women. I like the provider men that like to provide for all the bills and all of that. Ray, don't you be putting out here that I'm out here making no money. I am decently broke. Okay, I just like to know.
Hey, you know what? I'm using that from now on.
Decently broke. I like that.
I am decently broke. I had to crawl and scrape, and man, let's just say, I guess, thank God my dad is not fully black or whatever. So, I was able to get.
She said,
I was able to get some of his benefits in order
Automatic
to move forward.
700 credit score base.
Right, look, 800 plus is my credit score. But listen, so
Oh, then you are rich. No, shut up.
Wait a minute, you are rich. This is a broke motherfucker's conversation.
Oh my god.
No, I did good. I paid my bills. That's all. I paid my bills in particular
why you're
ways.
rich? You know why you're rich, and you know what I'm gonna say. You said 800. You said solid 800. Yeah, you are rich because you can walk into any motherfucking bank first day and be like, "I need a house loan." They'd be like, "All right, here you go. Here you go."
Although I wonder
walking
why
into
you
the
never do it
dealership and then they expect one thing and then they run that credit and they come back and it's like, oh hey, well, you sure you don't want this?
Whole attitude change.
They start calling you ma'am.
I always wonder why anybody would want to get a loan in this climate with Biden in office. Lord have mercy, man.
I think
Nah,
everybody's interest rate is like at 20% or higher now.
Bro, that's terrible.
No, actually, when my mother, well, people thought I was going to buy my mother a new car. She had an accident, and I was refusing to buy another car for her. But nonetheless, people expected that. But I was like, y'all don't understand. My mother's credit is better than mine. They're most likely to walk through. She got A plus credit. She ain't never missed a bill. She is most likely. We walk in, they come back. I swear they be having wine glasses for her. Get ready for my mother. She go into a fur shop. They trying to offer her more furs. I be like,
yeah,
what
I'm
is
just
going on
talking
here?
about that silent tax that Biden imposed, where you tax 1% extra based upon you having an 800 score, or basically if you have anything north of 680, then you are going to be taxed. That
I'm just gonna
don't wanna be
liquidate all my
taxed.
credit into cash and then go get a loan, and so you guys
Oh,
can
you-
help pay for
you
my
heard me,
mortgage
Bumpkin.
after my credit drops.
I do not want to be
You heard me.
taxed.
You didn't know about this?
I don't appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no, I
I work
did.
very hard to do the right things and play this system the way that they ask us to play it. And I don't like some of the stuff that get thrown
just don't
upon
get
some
it.
of us for the things that we do. But at the same time, that don't mean that I have not been affected and affected by what happened.
Well,
It was a whole struggle.
can I address Roots one more time in the chat? Because
Yeah,
he was popping off about something. I don't mean that bad. He was just saying some things. Not every group has received reparations from the government for fucked up shit, right? For instance, Germans were the second largest ethnic group in America for most of its history until like the 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
Germany, it was at one time debated whether German should be the official language of the U.S. And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to explain what happened, because a lot of people get really confused when I say it. They go, well, it's right. It happened because of the thing in the 1940s. The German culture in America was legally destroyed by Congress. Like they wrote laws. The de-Germification of American Germans was legal laws that happened. They could not speak their language. They were openly discriminated against. They were forced to change their names to English-sounding names.
That's very true.
Oh, I did not know that.
And a lot of people go,
I
well,
don't even have my own last name.
that's because Hitler was bad, man. This shit happened in World War One.
Don't get me started. Listen, you know what? Never. I'm gonna.
And not one German society has, and not one German cultural society in America has received reparations or an apology.
I only know about this. Because I was raised a Lutheran.
Oh, no joke! I did not know about that at all. Like, that's wild.
But as a German, my last name should be Smet. But
so
it's not.
So there's wait a second. So they basically said, hey, they looked at all the Germans and they was like,
your
guess
name
what?
should be Ubuntu. Go ahead.
They said, guess what? Your name is Samuel, and you white now.
Your name is not Hans. It is now Samuel.
It should probably be something like Oba or some crap like that.
Because of Because of a war.
Because of a war, and the First World War is a direct cause of the Second World War, right? The Germans did not. A lot of people say the Germans started World War One. No,
they didn't.
Leader, their allied leader was assassinated on foreign territory. That allied nation declared war on that foreign territory or that foreign nation. Germany, being a good ally, backed its ally, and then international capitalists funded both sides of the war.
Yep.
The Allies then imposed heavy restrictions on Germany after the war, which directly caused to a led of the rise of a good old Uncle A, and he did what he did. And the First World War is why Germans were stripped of their cultural heritage in America.
And then also add to that, both sides of that war were funded by the same people too.
Which I love pointing that out to people on my side when they're going on these rants about how good Germany was during World War II. It's like you realize that he still made deals to sell oil to these same international capitalists, right?
Right, and was still receiving funding from those same international capitalists.
It's like, bruh, like. He made a deal. He made like 2 different deals, right? If they won the war, to give those international capitalists Madagascar,
Mhm.
and Madagascar was willing. Like the people of Madagascar was like, yeah, we'll transfer ownership to this international capitalist if you gain, as long as they treat us right and treat us okay.
Right.
And that
right.
the international capitalists agreed. But then they're like, nah, we want to return to our traditional homeland and like start shit with the Palestinians. But that's a whole nother story. And fucking, it was a bunch of shit. And a lot of people don't realize that Germans were treated this way by a government, by a nation they helped found. Like a lot of people don't like the history of German Americans is completely been whitewashed. Out of history.
You want to know what's really been whitewashed? The fact that y'all took over when we were living there first. How dare you?
Living where first?
Moors are Arab, sweetie. Moors are Arabic.
No, they're not. But
oh my god, that's it.
I'm just telling you, Moors are definitely not Arab.
They were okay. To be fair, they were Berbers.
Yeah, and Berber when they weren't Berbers either. But to be a Berber is not an ethnic class. You know, it's not an ethnic class. It is a group. Berbers were Jews, Arabs, Libyans, Libya meaning below Egypt, Egyptians, also Mongols. Berbers were an amalgamation of people, but Moors specifically were definitely not Arabs. They practice. They were Muslims, but they were not Arabs.
I said I gotta go to the mosque I studied in and get my Arab brothers in here. Like, yay, we were Moors.
Bro, listen, everybody just wants to claim the winners, bro. Like, I'm like, go look.
That's all it is.
That's literally what it is. And I tell people all the time, because like everybody always wants to claim Egypt. I'm like, go get your 23andMe run. Like, I know that my descendants came.
I have fancy gold. I have fancy embroidered lettering about my family that's embroidered in gold and has fancy eagles.
I am not going to let Ray claim that. Ray, you are not going to claim that. You're going to have to prove that 23.
It also has fancy squiggles.
Jada,
I don't believe you, Ray.
I'm a genetic descendant of Ramses III. Like,
hey, shut up.
About that.
No, you're not doing that today. Hold on, wait. We ain't doing that today because that would make us partially related. And because I'm trying to get my 4 days in, we can't be related.
Yeah, you're the gross one. You're the gross one. Like, I'm just living my life, Jada. You nasty.
Your Majesty.
Can I say one last thing? I'm actually going to be getting off here, and I just want to say my good nights, and I also want to say thank you to the Dr. Newby or
Nakumbe.
Nakumbe. I need to try to pronounce his name.
You did it. That was perfect. Send me the Cash App, and I want to thank those that like yourself there, Ray, and 777. Even though I think he may have been joking, for actually willing to like help with the fundraiser there, and just like appreciative of what the Dr. Kumbe had sent to me. But as the other thing, I know I don't have to keep on apologizing, but I just feel like a dumbhead for me even bringing the topic up there. But I want to thank you there, Jada, for actually being straight with me, and I know where you're coming from.
No problem, baby. Like I said, we good,
I think it was a good topic. I liked it.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing to bring up different things to have a conversation about. You good?
Well,
don't worry about
it. Gets into a heated argument there.
Oh no, baby, you're good. But here's what I want to know: are you still doing reviews on your channel? I haven't been on my other channel. I need to subscribe to you on this one.
My Angels Army channel that you remember me under is kapoof, gone. I deleted that last summer there just because the things were spiraling of other people on social media that were subscribed to me. So, and I even tried to prevent it from going further than what it was, and I just wanted them to understand. But they obviously took offense and like brought it further than what it should have been. And I wasn't even trying to start no type of drama or whatever there. So I deleted my channel, and I created another one about like a month later, but I can't access that no more. So the current one that you see me type in the chat before, Third Angel from the Sun, that's my current channel as of right now.
Okay, Third Angel from the Sun. Okay. All
Ray,
right, I'm gonna come and check you out. It's been pretty good.
Should I answer Jay Rillo's question?
No.
But y'all have a great night.
I mean, the reality.
See you guys again soon.
Okay, good night. Night,
See
Angel.
you.
You have a good one.
Bye.
Hey, can I just say something real quick? Can I just jump in and say something, please?
Go ahead, Square.
Hey, first of all, good to see you, Ray. Reckless Ray. Hadn't seen you in a minute.
Pleasure.
All right. I just wanted to, first of all, to say hello to everybody else on the panel. It is a good show, good topic. Everything's good topic. I wanted to just respond real quick to Orthodox Guy, because Orthodox Guy is right. And that's exactly what I was going to say, is that Germany was friends with America before World War I. And it had to do with the Balfour Declaration. When the Balfour Declaration went down, when Britain was getting its butt kicked by Germany, the Balfour Declaration happened, where they said, "Hey, you guys are losing the war right now, but if you agree to let us get America involved in World War I, we guarantee that you will win, and all we want in exchange is Israel." So that's how that went down. As far as Germany being totally talked about and ridiculed and all the horrible things being said about them, that agreement, that World War I agreement, is what caused all of that. Prior to that, it was Germany and America were not beefing with each other. That's all I wanted to say. But
they were close allies, even.
Yes, they were close allies.
They made money.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's all I came up to say, is that Orthodox Guy is right about that.
Yes.
They were close allies at first, but because of that Balfour Declaration, they were no longer friends, and World War and America had to get involved in World War.
Well,
that's all I wanted to say.
You know that Britain reneged on the Balfour Declaration, right? And then when Uncle A took power, he actually gave them the two options of Israel or Madagascar. And to commemorate, I don't know what they called it. I believe it was like the new Balfour Declaration or whatever. To commemorate that between the international capitalist people and Germany, they made swastika eagle coins with a swastika eagle on one side and a Star of David on the other side. They were solid gold coins. They minted thousands of them.
Absolutely, wow. But it still ended up with them getting Israel, right?
Yep. No, it did because international capitalists played both sides, and in order to continue to profit from it, our friend Blacks Who Defy brought up a book that was written by an international capitalist man who was talking about the industry, and that's what they did. Because Germany just now, I think like 5 or 6 years ago, finished paying reparations back to international capitalist groups.
Yeah, so that's all I came up to say. That's all I came up to say. I just wanted to let y'all know I enjoyed the topic. I was not sensitive about all the stuff that was being said. Everybody's entitled to share their opinion. It's a good show. No issues whatsoever.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you popped up. I didn't think you were being malicious or anything. You just can't tell how people are feeling when they text or type. I'm glad you popped up.
Ain't that the truth, Orthodox?
Yeah. So that's why I said let me stop typing. Let me pop up so I could just say what I need to say. Make sure everybody knows it's not about being angry in the chat and typing mad stuff. It's about saying what you want to say, getting your opinion out.
Yeah, you need to have a dialogue. You need to talk. The best skill you can have is being able to communicate.
That's right.
Speak to people respectively, regardless of what you believe.
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna jump back down in the chat.
So you don't. So Ray, you don't want me to answer J Rillo's question?
No, because in 2023, all the only honorary white privilege that you get. Oh yeah, go ahead and tell him. Just go ahead.
Well, as the man with the history, with the family history, with the funny squiggles and the fancy eagles here. The way you become honorary is you have to be Japanese because Japanese women are adorable.
Oh no!
Sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, Jay.
No. Oh no!
I had
that for real. Like you're gonna turn around and say these Twitchy disease in Japanesey, like the most adorable things on earth. Christ Almighty!
That's the only way to get the honorary white privilege, man.
Yeah, bro. You gotta have some of the most beautiful women on the planet.
You need to stop. You need to fucking stop.
Dude, no. So the guy, so funny story. No, so Orthodox, check this out. So now I give my buddy at work shit that rides with me, who he was on I think he watched like the last stream. Because you were talking about how can you identify a white nationalist? He doesn't have a white girlfriend.
Oh no!
I want to save the white race. You have to fuck white women. Ugh. Do I really though?
It's such a true statement.
I'm gonna have a hit. I'm gonna have a hit put on my head by like white nationalists now.
Yeah, and they'll make that hit in their bedroom with their non-white girlfriend. So it's fine. It's fine.
That's like reverse strategy. That's
white women, I do not agree with this form of conversation.
Bro,
sorry, we do have a lady
sister on here. I just want to make sure that's understood because I don't want no white chicks coming over to our panels being like, Jada, let them talk about white women. I should be able to talk about black women. No,
why are you scared of white women, girl?
Well, no. They're white though. They're white, but they're white. They can talk about white women.
No, they be, sometimes they come on, all black panels and then they get a little upset because we be like, whoa, wait a minute now. You can talk about your own. You ain't coming over here talking about us all day.
I swear to God, Jada, if I see you over on one of those divester live panels, bro, I'm gonna fight you.
What? How you know?
Has she ever been on Fight Club?
No,
Jada, you need to stay away from Fight Club. Don't even look at Fight Club. No.
You already know
with Fight Club.
Ray, should I go on Fight Club?
No. Bro, we gonna be out my front yard. We gonna be out on my front yard scrapping dusties if you go on Fight Club.
Just put on my great grandfather's uniform. Be like, hello.
I'm so familiar with Fight Club now. I join it off my phone at work. That's where we're at now.
I joined it off my phone.
Yes, I'm the white guy over there. Just how it goes, man. Just how it goes. That's how. Are
they still mean to you as soon as you?
Wait a minute.
They try to be, but I stopped holding back. Now they're nice to me. It's crazy how that works.
So wait, Bumpkin, you be in other you be in what's considered black spaces?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
So you're Bumpkin. I didn't know you were black. I don't really pay attention, but I've seen the name.
I'm gonna let this black woman speak to you for a second because you're gonna feel the pain.
I really didn't. I've seen the name Bumpkin.
I'm not.
I didn't really. Well, I know you're not black. That's why I said I did not know you were white. So.
Oh, that's what you're saying. You've heard the name Bumpkin in black spaces, so you assume I was black.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, so you're Bumpkin. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, since it's majority black on the panel, how do you guys feel about the Antifa international capitalist / white woman ally to black people? Because Bumpkin made one cry and it was fucking great. Dude, I hate communists.
I learned a long time ago, but liberal white women are the most racist people on the face of this fucking planet with their stupid blue and pink and whatever fucking color hair they have. Then they just want to latch on like we're the same. Like, bitch, we're not the same. and they don't see black people as anything but victims, and then they want to help in the sense of it makes them feel better, which is fine. Everybody who helps anyone, it makes them feel better.
Yeah,
but
I don't think.
But for them, like literally, they can't see us in any other fashion but some downtrodden victim. And it doesn't matter how successful you are. You're still a downtrodden victim as far as their brain wants to work. And I mean, liberal white dudes that want to walk around feeling guilty are basically the same fucking way. They're like, well, I want to feel better about my life. Your life is worse. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't trade with you.
No,
like,
it's not them.
Okay.
It's not them. It's their fathers. Like, because like most liberal women that are in those positions
didn't have a father.
No, wait a second.
I'll be their father because I like hate
no,
fucking liberal white women.
They have fathers and they payroll the whole
for a little bit.
Just cold ice your.
Dude, you guys can't be flooding Simon with words. He processes slow. Let him rock out. Damn,
yo,
y'all trying to glitch Simon out, man.
Let him cook.
Listen to me.
British people can't cook.
I've got a whole white woman, Italian.
Italians aren't. First off, Italians aren't white. Okay.
Hey, watch.
That is a fucking hill that I will die on as a German.
I'm in the.
They lost us the war. Damn it! It was their incompetence.
We shine about, nigga.
With that, this is getting really Nazi-y. So let me.
This nigga is down off my nigga.
Wow.
You like, I know when to walk out the room.
Facts, dude.
No,
Orthodox must have gone on his bumpkin break and had an energy drink or some shit, dude.
Yeah,
I ate some Coca-Cola and some.
He drank a bottle of Fanta. He drank a bottle of Fanta and got a ride in the Mercedes.
Yeah. So some special Fanta. It was in my grandfather's chest.
He's in the fucking forest or something. Like, calm the fuck down, man.
Do y'all know what Coca-Cola is?
You're in your house.
What's Coca-Cola?
It is chocolate from Germany from World War II, and it is delicious.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate you so much.
When you crack it open, it's really crunchy, and it has meth in it, and I want it, all of it, in my mouth.
No.
It's also getting really druggy on here now too.
So yeah. I have to keep my door
open. Trying to shoot for that Snapple sponsorship earlier, and I don't think we're gonna get it now.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't do drugs.
You will get that sponsorship you were looking for.
That milk.
I'm gonna go down, or come down, or however you gotta say it. I'm gonna leave so I can keep my innocence. Okay.
Sponsored by Meth Gang.
No, let's get that.
Oh my God.
I've had my fun. I'm gonna calm down. Sorry, Ray.
You're like my 2-week stream. Cool, I wonder how we got here.
Is that Simon the gay guy?
Oh my God! Here comes 777.
Why are all these guys out here so feminine?
No, but for real, I'm not even trolling. This Simon's the gay guy from England.
Yeah, but you can't even come up and tell me something. I'll come up.
I'm not trolling.
I'm gonna come up. I'll come up right
England?
now. Look, watch this.
No, please don't.
I'm here, right? So,
oh no.
Oh, it's this.
777, will you stop?
Who are you?
But you are the gay guy
you
from
want
England.
to turn around and say I'm gay, and you can't even fucking come up.
Well,
Who are you?
It reminds me of a Dave Chappelle skit.
There was a show you did.
Nigga, like, what's up with you, man? Why do you people be up here playing like this? It's like
there was a show you did.
Listen, I'm gonna say one
show,
thing. 1 second.
I'm listening.
Really
I'm listening. I'm listening. Go on.
You said you were doing weird stuff.
Like what exactly?
You said you did something weird to your butt, sir.
Yeah, but you can't even profess yourself. Like it's crazy how these people want to come up here and like talk about people, but yet you can't show yourself.
It's not a problem. I mean, you're gay.
Okay, that's what you just said, right? You just said it's not a problem. That's your facts. It's not a problem. 4 words.
Not my life.
Four words. No, 4 words. You just said it. It's not a problem.
How long have you been gay, sir?
You're tripping. You're a fucked up nigga. Dude, you're too interested in my butt cheeks. And this is the thing. The thing is, like, when people come up and they start talking about bullshit,
you better clip it.
It's like,
what was
why
that?
are you so interested in me like that?
Hey,
Like,
Simon.
you're gay.
Simon, tell me about the trenches in Afghanistan.
That's it. That's what we were talking about. That was.
Oh shit, Jay! That's the guy.
That's
oh
no! Simon! Simon!
The trenches
Simon!
in Afghanistan.
Trenches in Afghanistan.
Oh, why, Simon?
What about the trenches in Afghanistan?
You are gay
Now I
as fuck.
remember.
Like,
Are you talking?
I know those bars. I know what's going on. I know what it's like in the trenches. Don't fuck with me. Like, no.
What's it like? I want to know.
What was it like in the trenches in
You
Afghanistan?
see how he's so interested? You see,
When you
see that
served.
shit?
Yo, so was it
How do special forces to Simon's butt cheeks, bro? Like, I don't understand anything about this show. Like, I just show up and you guys give me trauma for 6 to 7 hours every fucking Thursday.
Right. His butt cheeks had some Taliban special forces crawling up in that shit.
Yeah.
He said he served in Afghanistan. Now I remember.
You served in Afghanistan?
I see where you come from right now.
Bro, if you got a camel spider in your butt cheeks, you would have no butthole.
No, I see where this guy's coming from. Okay, cool.
No, you're not understanding. I don't think you guys are getting what he's saying, but I'll let. All right.
He's got a camel.
So, did you do that? Was you in the plants?
What?
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's cool.
Did you serve in Afghanistan?
I know.
Did you serve in Afghanistan?
Yeah, no, I just asked you a question and you couldn't even.
Did you serve in Afghanistan?
Asked the question.
Yeah, I just asked him, was you in the plants? And like he didn't really understand what that meant.
Did you just Britishingly say, let me ask you a question? Yo, oh my god, I love this stream now. Let me ask you a question. It's gone from axe to ox.
If you actually understand what that is, then you would look. It's like it's just.
Is it like this?
Speak.
Please
speak.
explain.
So it's just like
it's the jargon.
This guy ain't from the military. He's chatting shit. Like I don't.
Ray, I'm bullying the British person. Let me do it.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not really racist at all. But I am definitely a nationalist. And out of all of the countries you could have been born in, you got born in fucking Bogland, which has the worst food, the worst looking women, and the worst weather. And listen, that's the majority
and all
of my
the
genetics.
Anglos.
And that's the majority of my genetics is Anglo, right? But check it out. My family decided to jump ship off that hellscape of an island and go to where it's better, all right? And it sucks that your family decided not to do that. But you know what? Also,
you don't want to do this. I'm sorry.
I do want to do this.
Stop right now. You want to stop right now.
America versus Britain, round 1. Fight.
Watch out.
Actually, technically, wouldn't it be round 2?
Oh shit.
Technically, it won't go technically be round 3, but go ahead.
But we don't talk about round 2, okay?
All I'm saying is,
War of
after I had a
1812.
conversation with Simon,
No comprende inglés, hablo español, por favor. We don't talk about 18s or 12s here. You know, I just feel like we should annex Canada because what they did to our White House was disrespectful.
And well, Canada's currently annexing itself with that wildfire, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yo, from now on, whenever they're like, we burnt your White House down, and you burnt your entire country down.
Hold on a second. So Jay Rillo said that there's a trenches story that is not being divulged here, Simon.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Jay Rillo is getting at is what I'm getting at. There you go, Jay Rillo.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to get at.
How am I the only person who doesn't know about this? Simon
Jay told me.
and everyone starts talking about his booty, and then y'all ain't gonna tell me what happened.
I'll tell you what Jay told me. Right, he was in the trenches. Right, in the trenches, fucking taking cover from bullets, and two bearded Afghani men. It was like, "Hey, how you doing, fella? You come here often?"
Well, in the trenches.
Yeah, in the trenches.
And he got
and
pounded out.
They split roast them.
And he got pounded out.
What the fuck?
What's wrong with
How does that
Simon?
even come up
And he
with
liked
Simon?
it.
Simon,
And he
you did
liked
not get busted down in the trenches, bro.
First of all,
what?
You guys,
No way that
you guys are crazy. I'm just gonna leave it
This
alone.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't even sound like a war story. Like, what are you
It sounds
talking
like
about?
a bad.
They're like, hey, fam, we about to die. Like,
There's no.
It sounds like a really bad porno.
Yes.
yeah, it sounds like a really shitty porno.
Thug Shakers, the trench. We in the trench.
Bro.
No way, two Afghanis.
That's
Some
not.
Oh, no.
That can't
no,
be real. I swear to
no,
God,
no,
that's
no,
what's
no,
going
no,
on in
no.
the trenches, bro.
There's no way.
Send the rock, bro.
I mean,
Just get it over
you know
with.
it's bullshit.
Jay said it's worse.
You know
than
it's
that.
bullshit. You know it's bullshit because there are no trenches in Afghanistan. Okay.
Oh, no, wait a sec. Now you're chatting shit. What are you talking about? This
Oh, he's defending the trenches. He's
he's defending
the
Mine,
trenches.
all that shit. You talk. When was the last time you was a soldier?
Listen,
What are you talking about?
Listen, there are no trench. We don't engage in trench warfare anymore. This isn't.
When was the last time you was
Well,
involved
you
in
know,
warfare,
Simon.
What are you
Look,
talking
to be
about?
fair, Blacks Who Defy is right because there's no reason to have trenches for goat hoarders without
When was the last
updated
time you
borders.
was
Wait a minute. If we don't have
warfare?
trenches anymore, what the hell am I going to do with all these bayonets I've been collecting?
Okay,
Yeah, I know,
so we will have trenches.
Are you just talking about being behind sandbags? Is that what you mean?
Yo, bro,
You got sandbag behind a sandbag?
Yo, you hell for that, dog. You hell for that.
When was the
So
last time you was involved in
confused.
warfare?
I am so
Well,
confused. I
see,
just want to know what the story
2 years
is
ago,
now.
I was 2 years ago. I was involved in asymmetric warfare with the
I'm not talking
method.
to you. I'm talking to this.
But you asked me the same thing
No,
like,
no, no, no,
like
wait.
5 minutes ago.
Wait, ho.
The
I was
story of
asking
the trenches is very
the nugget nigga over
It's
here,
very
like on the like right side of the like stream. Okay, my boy. Yo,
Hold on. I'm gonna tell the
When was
story
the last
because
time you
Jay's
was involved
texting
in
it to
warfare?
me now.
It's
Chill
so
the fuck
funny.
out, man.
It's
You acting
so
like a
funny
female.
because
I'm asking.
I'm gonna have to. I
someone
need
on the
you to
panel.
answer before I answer that question. I need you to answer the last point in history we engaged in trench warfare.
Well, that just answers my question in the first
It
place.
does, doesn't it?
Come on, Simon.
Yeah, I can see that. I
Yo,
can see
Jay,
that. I can see
Ray,
that from your
Jay just
background
told me.
because you
Not only.
sort of situation.
So
where it's just
Jay
like-
Jay just told me the part I left out. Right. Not only did he get split roasted, sandbag behind the sandbags, he was pissed in. He was pissed in.
Hey, if it was
peed in this man.
if it was in Afghanistan, if it was in
Hold on, wait a second.
Afghanistan,
Was he behind the enemy sandbag?
if it was in Afghanistan, then he was up in a mountain. So he was in a cave up in a mountain behind a sandbag.
Wait a minute. But was it?
Yeah,
Did you get captured, bro? Like that sounds like you got
I was part of
captured.
that team. That's all it is. I was part of
Like
that
if
team.
you get split roasted, you got captured, bro. That's what you.
Nah.
Hey, you heard what he said? He was part of that team.
Part of what team? The fucking water sports team?
He got his ass.
Yeah, I'll take your baby mother. So don't front me.
I don't have a baby mama because I'm not a degenerate.
But it sounds like you have a daddy.
Man, Simon,
I'm
you're gonna have to
so
work your
confused
definition,
at how
man.
this happens during active war. Like y'all like.
Bro, he had to be reading from a script of like a gay porn
Nah,
or
you
something.
don't really
They
understand the whole
said take your
perspective.
guns out, and they pulled out the blickies
Hey,
and
there
undid
is
their
something
pants.
called,
bro.
man,
Acknowledge me. Like
Hey, there is something called Man Love Tuesdays in Afghanistan.
Mm.
There is something called Man Love Tuesdays in Afghanistan. Pakistan.
Yeah, you don't know about
the goat herders really said,
Yeah.
"Women
You
are
don't
for
know.
reproduction, men are for fun."
Oh my god, bruh.
Yeah.
I can't be
No.
up here with Simon. I can't be up here with
I
Simon.
just I don't understand how
Good
we
night,
split
guys. I
roasted
can't do
behind
this.
sandbags under gunfire, bro.
Hey, you know, I'm on that night vision.
Taking mortar fire. We're taking mortar fire. Get the tactical twink.
Yo, you paid for my helicopters, bro, to jump out and like find
And land on dick.
Don't fuck me like that.
Simon, wait.
You don't know who I am, bro.
Simon.
I'm
In
telling
all
you.
seriousness, were you SAS? So that's a no. All right, because there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to tell me this because it's not. I mean,
you would ask that question if you knew what you were talking about.
Listen. Were you
Defy?
SAS?
Defy. He was SDR. Sitting Dick Rider.
You fucked up, nigga.
Oh my god.
You fucked
Okay,
up, nigga.
Simon, I got a question for you.
Glorified spit roast. That's what you're telling me.
Were you SASSY during the
You can't ask people like questions like that because you know. If
I was
you
just
know,
fucking
you know.
with you, dude.
No, was you fabulous though?
No. Look. For a second, I'll be serious for a second. I'll be serious for a second. The fact of the matter is we know that if you're in this industry, that you can't talk about it because you sign something and
The porn industry.
You know that you can't talk about it. So what we do is we go around the houses and I chat the most out of bullshit, and people think it's like gobbledygook or whatever. But I'm trying to give people game in terms of like, if I was about to talk about, Bear Grylls is my best friend, okay?
You got some game on you.
Kevin Samuels turned around and put up Bear Grylls for a reason. There was a reason why Bear Grylls was pulled up.
Okay. Simon,
Wait,
you're like the British version of Rock the Biggin.
It's not a British something, and this is a problem that you people sometimes have an issue with. You try to sort of succumb it to like, we're living in one country and like we're not actually the same people.
What in the fuck are you talking about?
You are dumb, like to think that.
I'm dumb, but you're a sex toy. So fuck off.
No, wait a second.
Orthodox.
I don't know what sex you're having. I involved.
Gay Rillo, you caught it. Orthodox. This is your first time meeting him?
Yes. I've never talked to this man in my life.
Yo, I rock with you, but I'm just saying, like, you can't.
You don't work with me, dog.
That's wrong. Okay.
I'm not even talking about that. I asked you a serious question about SAS.
Listen to me for a second.
Sorry, I don't take sentient sex toys serious.
Yo, you shouldn't even be bringing that up amongst men. That's wrong. That's where my line draws.
Well, your line draws there now, but you can tell the entire panel about how you got fucked in the ass and the mouth at the same time, then pissed in from both ends.
No one spoke about being fucked in the ass. That's your fantasy.
Then how did everybody know about it? How did Jay Rillo tell me about it?
That's your fantasy, bro. Okay. No one's
turn off their alarm.
So
no one's
Samsung alarm.
I'm just confused. Okay, so so I get the concept of like you guys have to like go through and like you're going in, you're in the streets, you're like mingling amongst the people. I just don't understand how Dick gets involved in that.
Can somebody?
I guess that's why. Like if I went to war.
Niggas are upset.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to understand and make sense of this story because I'm getting bits and pieces, and like the way that Orthodox is explaining it is hilarious.
Most of these niggas have not gone to war. They do not understand what it's like to be in this country.
Okay, and listen. I done seen some shit. I don't understand how when gratuitous violence is happening, dick gets into the picture.
Well, right. I've been shot at and returned fire, and not once did I whip my dick out and piss at somebody.
Yeah, because you're sad.
Jay Rillo, yes, I was there during the story.
You are sad. You don't understand the premise of the bit.
Simon, is that your Samsung phone going on?
Please.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that. What is it?
He's engaging in psychological warfare.
I feel like I'm in a CIA interrogation, dude.
I'm sad because I didn't piss in someone during a gunfight.
Jay Rillo, that's a fact. There are receipts.
Shoots at me, I'm whipping my junk out. Not even playing. I just want to.
The adrenaline will make you like stand at attention. Because that's a massive adrenaline, and you're like, yeah! but then reality sets in, and you're like, holy fuck,
bro.
That was one, awesome, and two, you need to go away. This is a really bad time. I'm talking to a really hot blonde cop.
It's hilarious, man.
Yeah. When you're engaged in that level of life or death violence, no matter how serious or it does it to you. It's like post nut clarity.
It is an apt response. Absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta go, but I appreciate you. I appreciate all the people on the panel. This is Salute from London. London.
Tell Bear Grylls I said hello, man.
Stop being.
I'm happy that you made it back from war, bro. Like that's just wild.
I'm sorry you were leaking.
My whole concept of war has changed. Like I need to ask Mandrell some questions.
I'll still pay for your wife. Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna pay a bit more attention to this because it's important. Like Reckless Ray is really good, like in terms of content that's going out here. There's a lot of bullshit.
He deserves more stuff.
Like we need to pay attention to the real people that are actually putting out real content. So I've subscribed. Anyone that's listening, please do subscribe to the channel. Please hit like. Do all those sorts of things. I don't really care about my channel because I'm a lawyer, and that's probably a huge part that was missed. This is a huge part that was missed on this platform. So I'm gonna come over to the US next year, and I want to represent certain people. And I understand people have
you do know in order to practice law in the US you have to pass the bar exam in the US. And specifically the state in which you want to represent people, right?
Now you're being stupid. Okay, so I'm advancing out.
This is what piss does to the brain, people. Sponsored by Piss Gang.
You're being real stupid, okay? All right.
Hey, listen, I hope you guys are taking notes because, this is how you successfully destroy anyone talking shit. You just keep going.
Hey, I want to shout out Simon. Simon does have several albums he's recorded. I'm not even lying.
That's my children's legacy.
So I'm not even lying. He does have some music, and it isn't bad. So
I appreciate that. All right,
it isn't bad.
Right? Salute, man. You're the guy. And
always, man. I appreciate you swinging through. Man.
Fuck this shit.
Oh my god.
So do the Afghanis, right? Sponsored by Piss Gang.
Hey, listen,
I was on the show. I was on the show where he talked about getting spit roasted. So yes, I do know about this story. I just chalked it up to him being drunk.
What?
Yeah. Dude, we need to get I feel like I've gotten stupider because of that.
You have.
Hold up a second, guys. Hold up. Listen, we need to play this in memory of Simon.
I just want to let everybody know that my name is Dr. Jordan Peterson, man. It's no joke. I think that spaces like this for men are incredibly important. We don't have places where men can support men any longer. And it's terrible. It's no joke. So tune in to Guns and Butter. This is Dr. Jordan Peterson saying, I approve this message. I just want to let everybody know that my name is Dr. Jordan Peterson, man. It's no.
Yeah, we gotta, there's just gotta be spaces where dudes can just we can rehash the split roasting with receipts. Like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. This is what happens when it gets late at night. Like,
the freaks come out late at night.
I mean,
the freaks come out at night. Freaks come out.
I honestly think that this is like probably one of the best shows because of the wide berth of topics that we've had. We literally have talked about everything, including split roasting during combat. I am scarred. Like, I'm gonna have to go talk to somebody about
what the fuck kill streak would the tactical twink be?
Bro, could you imagine busting that door? You bust in there and then motherfucker gotta do split roasting.
Hey, everybody go on a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu journey with me, man. I just started back up.
Oh, nice.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I haven't done it in years, and I'm about to get my ass whooped.
You know about that, right? You got it, and I have to make a joke, right? Because a friend of mine is always talking about how much he works out, and he goes to BJJ and boxing. And I'm like, bro, motherfuckers be working out their whole life, mastering martial arts, becoming a true badass warrior, just to get their whole career ended by a 9.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Hey, Orthodox, you are no lies were told freaking there. Me personally, I hate running. I did it my entire military career, 10 milers on Fridays and 10 milers on Mondays. And I'm not about to run on anybody's treadmill or on anybody's path ever again in life. So to combat obesity, getting a full body workout, rolling around on the mats for an hour is the equivalent, if not more, of running.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? Me personally, I'm not about to get rough and tumble in the weeds with anybody, like you said. But see, me personally, I'd rather pull a 40 or a 45.
Oh my God, Andre would love this guy.
Okay, and my Ruger.
Are we allowed to show guns on Guns and Butter?
My Ruger. That is concealed and extended. I have a Ruger. I have a 1911 45. Those two stay loaded. The 45 has a good amount of Hornady rounds in it, home invasion rounds, and then my 40 is my concealed carry. I'll take that anywhere, man. I'll put 2 in you or empty the clip, whichever.
Yeah. See, I agree with you. Like, I support martial arts.
Yeah.
As just learning how to fight, right? Every man should know how to fight.
Yes.
But you should have a well-rounded defense.
Yeah.
And I truly believe
a well-rounded hollow tip.
Yeah. I also believe in the escalation of force, right? If somebody comes at you barefisted, just box it out, right? They bring a knife, you pull a gun. If they pull a gun, tactical nuke, just straight up. Oh, motherfucker, you brought a gun to a bomb fight.
I'm trying to tell you, man, it's not even a lie, I still need to round off my home security arsenal. I need a shotgun, man.
Oh, get you one of 2 things, right? Yeah, unless you like high end guns.
No, I just need something that's gonna go ahead.
A Maverick 88 or an Acra 12 gauge.
Yes. See, I just need something that's gonna throw lead in that direction.
That's a Maverick 88 has a cylinder bore barrel, which allows you to use slugs and buckshot.
That's what I'm talking about. I know exactly the weapon you're speaking of, and that's exactly what I was thinking of because I don't need anything fancy, man. I just need.
It's the poor man's Mariner because the Mariner is used by the Marines. It's literally the same. It's literally the same gun except for with cheaper and plastic parts.
Yep.
The Mariner and I think it's the Mossberg 500 are the same exact gun except for one is a civilian variant and doesn't have a nickel plated barrel. The Mariner has a nickel plated barrel because it's used by the Marines and the Coast Guard on ships. And the Mariner and the Mossberg 500 can have interchangeable parts. The Maverick 88 is the same gun. It just can't have interchangeable parts because the internals of the Maverick 88 is plastic, or it's composite, not plastic. And I'm telling you, man, get you a Maverick 88. I'm getting me another one. I sold my last one, but they are fucking solidly built cheap guns.
Yes, they are, man. And they'll put a hole in you the size of Kansas.
Yeah, our boy Andre is always talking shit because I sold my Smith & Wesson 40 to get a 9 and have a little bit of pocket change.
Yeah.
And he's always picking on Bumpkin about having a 9, and he's always talking about his 45.
And that 40, look, man, listen, I like 9s, man, but I want to put a hole in you that you can't come back from.
Okay, here's the thing, and here's the honest truth, right? Listen, I got a 9 because it's cheap. All right, I didn't have the pocket change to get a 45. 45 is always more expensive. Okay, especially with newer age guns. Like this is a Glock, way more expensive.
I want to get my wife I did get her an easy 9, but I want to get her an easy 45. I mean, you rack that thing, man. Trigger pull is easy.
38. 38 revolver.
38 snub nose, a 308,
I got my mom a 38 revolver.
Yep.
I got my ex-girlfriend a
380
40 Smith & Wesson.
Oh my God. Can she handle that thing?
I mean,
was she
it's funny to watch.
Japanese woman?
No, she was a tall blonde.
That's hilarious. Your type. 380s. 380s are really good, man. That's just nothing. That's a small 9, pretty much. But Reckless, I was supposed to be in Kansas in June this month, but where I work, some shit happened. So now the contract we were doing with the VA got fucked over, and now we have to just reset and it's some bullshit. But yeah, hopefully I can get to Kansas soon.
But
if you're ever anywhere within 3 hours, man, like
for sure. It's where I'm talking about is squarely in freaking Kansas. Like everybody, if I mention the name, you'll know exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
Where are you at right now?
Because it's their town. I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so specifically in Denton County.
So Texas.
Shit. Oh, damn. Yeah.
Tejas.
I might have to. I actually have a bunch of friends down there. I might have to make a trip down and visit.
Come on, man. Come on.
So Black, you were talking about your home guns, right? Beside me, I have an AK, an AR, and my Acker 12 gauge. In the car, I keep my 9. In the bathroom, I keep a lever action 30-30. In the living room,
violence is coming for you in the bathroom.
Hey, he's
violence will find you when you least expect it. When you're taking a shit or you're eating is when it's going to happen.
He's not lying, man.
Orthodox is not going to get caught in the middle of an Afghani split roast. That's ridiculous.
I swear, if I'm taking a shower and the soap hits the shower, I look at the soap and I reach behind where the towel rack is, and I get my fucking buck knife and I don't even bend over. I squat down and pick it up. But now, in my kitchen where my computer is, I have my Mosin Nagant and my Mauser. In my brother's bedroom, I have a semi-auto 12 gauge, and behind the door in the behind the door in the kitchen, I have a fucking muzzle loader.
I hate to sound like a modern woman, but who hurt you, bro? Like, Jesus.
I refuse. See, no one hurts me. I'm the one with the gun.
When we would do breach practice in breach indoors in the Army, I love being the point with the shotgun, man. I love that shit.
Blowing the doors off the hinges.
Jay Rillo said to not forget to plug your website and product.
Yes, loudmouthflavors.net, everyone. Loudmouthflavors.net.
I didn't see you just now telling me this.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I have been saying. Okay, so loudmouthflavors.net. I sell spices. Currently, the 2 flavors we have is Tangy Taco and Italian Stallion. They're really good. They're both award-winning. Literally, I've won awards for them. and everybody who's ever tasted them love them. Right now, my website, because I have Wix as my domain host, has shut down my ability to sell on the website. However, you can get in contact with me via my Instagram, and I will sell, and I can send you it all.
Dude, this is a
anything you
dope
want.
site. I like it.
Shit, I might pick some of those up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Drop the link and drop your contact information.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me put it in the back chat.
This white man loves and knows how to use
Hey, let me
spices.
give you. You're gonna love them. Italian Stallion's really good for making any masticholi, lasagnas. Any you can even make fettuccine Alfredo. You can make shrimp Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, any Alfredos, any pasta dish that requires that robust Romany Italian flavor. That's what you'll want. It's like Mama used to make. And then the tangy taco is good for chilies. That's what I won the award for. Good for anything. And you can also barbecue with these. And a lot of people tell me they love to use my Italian Stallion when they're making burgers. So
see, I was gonna ask, do you have one that goes good with beef? Because I love making steaks.
Italian Stallion will get, but both of them go well with beef. But if you want a barbecue, Italian Stallion, the smell that will ring out in your kitchen will be delicious. But there is another that I'm creating that's specifically for barbecue, and it's called Smoky Fuego. So this it has a little sweet heat to it. It's a sweet and smoked flavor, but it's completely different from the two that I just mentioned here. And everybody, it's something I've been making. I've been actually making that one longer than I've been making these two. But this one I just didn't put into production. So when I start putting this one into production, I'm going to change the bag size. Right now, the bag size that I have, it gives you about two and a quarter ounces. But this one, I'm probably going to do a pound for the inaugural sell. So I'll do a pound bag pound bags for those.
We need to pick up some of this for the the IRL New Frontier meetup.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For real.
Yeah, let me put this in the back chat, man. You can email me at loudmouthflavors at gmail.com. Let me
Yeah, because we're having our New Frontiers having our annual IRL meetup in August.
Oh snap!
Yo, I might make some brisket with the taco flavor. Should I use Italian Stallion or should I use the taco?
You can use either, but I would first use the Italian Stallion. You're gonna love the flavor, man. I'm just making sure I give you the correct email. I knew. Okay, cool. It's loudmouthflavors1@gmail.
I'm gonna message you with my New Frontier email, and just let me know when you get it.
Got it, man. Yeah, send it on to me.
Where did Ray go? He's the host of the show.
I don't know. He may have accidentally dropped off. I don't know.
Well, you can leave the show running if you have to go do something.
That's true.
I don't know if he has to go do something, like he's had to go to the restroom or something. I'm also going to drop my email so you know what it is in the back chat.
Okay, cool, man. Let me see. Okay, got it. Oh my God. But yeah, Wix, I'm looking for another domain host. I think I found one, but Wix is a crapshoot. I'm not about to do everything they want me to do to fix it, implement the fixes they want. So no.
Man, have you ever looked into website building?
I have.
WordPress?
Yes.
Listen, the New Frontier site is WordPress, right? Personally, I have no idea how to fucking do it right. But yeah. I know.
But you can build a website using WordPress.
Absolutely, yes.
But who is your domain host?
Our domain host is, let me double check for you real fast. Because
that is the kicker, because they try and hit you with all types of compliance rules when you're selling goods and services, especially if you're selling something that's consumable.
Namecheap is our guy.
Okay.
Have you heard of Namecheap?
No, I have not.
Namecheap is
how much do you pay them monthly to host your domain and your website?
Monthly? No, we go by yearly.
Okay, yearly.
Yearly, we're looking at about like $70.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Let me go to your website. What is it?
NewFrontierUSA.org. I can drop in the back for you if you want me to.
Yeah. Excuse me.
We're just networking up here, everyone that's watching. Don't worry about it. Here you go.
Okay. Let me go from the back chat. Got it. And you said the name of the domain host was, oh, this is not bad. This looks good.
Yeah, namecheap.com.
Namecheap.com.
Yes.
Namecheap.com. You guys have a national song for your for a New Frontier?
We have a song, but not a national song. We do have a song. Though.
What is what is your song?
It's the New Frontier song. Here, I can drop it in the back for you if you want.
Yeah.
I actually I know it's gonna sound biased, but I actually liked it when I first heard it before I was a member of New Frontier. I like it. It sounds kind of folksy. I really enjoy it.
You guys have a New Frontier battle cry? New Frontier.
No. Hopefully one
okay,
day.
I see it. Do you guys have paraphernalia? Do you have shirts?
Yes, actually.
We do. We have that, but it's not open to the public yet.
No worries, man. Do you guys have a militia?
No.
All right. I sent you a response to your email, Orthodox.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
I'll respond with I'll just tell prices for the packs are $10.60. So per one, but I'll also throw you guys something in special. So you guys can, get the robustness of the flavor. Well, I'll show you.
Awesome. Awesome. That's epic. Jay Rillo said it's Erica. Jay Rillo said I guess that he was referring to the song for New Frontier is Erica, the old German marching song.
Oh yeah. Here it is.
Erica.
Boom, and they even have. I even have my nutrition labels here. 0 calories and only 3 grams of 3% sodium and 65 milligrams of sodium, which represents 3% of the total, which means it's low in sodium.
Oh, very nice.
But it is not lacking in flavor. I guarantee you that.
Actually, Jay Rillo, if we choose Erica, we have to use the Trap remix. Oh, shit.
Hey, there is a reason why the Goose Steppers uniforms look so snazzy. Because who was it? Who
Hugo Boss.
No, somebody else. Who was it who designed their uniforms? Was it?
It was Hugo Boss.
Was it Hugo Boss?
Yeah.
It was Hugo Boss.
I thought it was an Italian. Hold on, give me a second.
We're showing our hand. We know too much, Muslim guy. We got
obviously. I see.
Well, I mean, I've talked to Ray about what my former ideology was and what some of my beliefs still are.
It was Hugo Boss, but wasn't somebody? Didn't somebody else help do something too?
Wait, Kanye West remixed fucking Erica? Oh, okay. I'm on a mission right now. I'll be right back.
You're hilarious.
Holy shit, he did remix Erica.
What?
Oh my god.
Kanye West remixed fucking Erica?
I think it may be a meme, but oh, please be a meme. Please, this timeline. This time
It better be a meme. I'ma be
Not ready for the day.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
I want to get off this timeline. I want to get off this timeline. I don't want to ride. I want He really did that? When did he do that?
It had to be when he was with Nick Fuentes. Oh, sweet Jesus.
I want a grease gun.
Oh man, fucking my dream gun. I know it's probably completely obtainable for most people, but I am a broke motherfucker. I want a more modern variant of the M1 Garand.
Oh yeah, the M1 Garand. They who was giving one away? The Veterans Museum here was raffling one off, a restored one, fully functional M1 Garand. But you know, I've seen so many of those damn things. You know, I took it for granted that I had such access to them because I could have gotten several. Because we decommissioned so many military ammo dumps. There were thousands of these things, and you know, and they also, when I was in ROTC, I used to get them. We used to use them for DNC and ROTC, you know, because that's high school. But absolutely, I wish I would have been able to keep one.
I cock my shotgun or like rack my AK all the time. If I had a fucking M1 Garand, I guarantee everybody knows what I would spend most of my time not working doing.
Yeah,
no, that should just every day. It's like every like 2 or 3 minutes.
It was a superior weapon system, man. You could yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, you could engage in trench warfare, something that Simon claims he did with that thing. And if anybody knows anything about trench warfare, it gets boggy and filled with disgusting water, and that thing will still fire. Really good weapon, man. Very good weapon. Solid weapons platform. But we had to move to the M14 and then the M16. M14, I'd even take an M14 over an M16. But then now we're at an M4.
Well, see, the only thing that was comparable to the, in fact, it's funny because the Soviets, they were one of the first to use detachable magazines because they created, when we released the M1 Garand, they began work on the 7.62 by 54R.
Yeah.
Upgraded Mosin is what it was originally called, but it turned out to be the SVD, which most people know as the Dragunov sniper rifle. That was actually meant to be their answer to the M1 Garand. And they started to mass produce it, and then the war happened and they had to cut it off. But the SVD is the answer to the M1 Garand, and it is the only thing that the SVD actually comes out on top 100% is the round. The 30-06 is a good round, and it's a fucking massive piece of lead. But the 7.62 by 54R is bigger and puts more foot-pounds of pressure through a target.
It will, but that 30-06, boy, that'll put down the damn.
That motherfucker will be like, oh
my god, man. It'll put something down.
It'll fuck your shoulder up too.
Oh my, yeah. I think a 30-06. Isn't that what they use to shoot elephants?
For a long time, yes. And then they used 10 gauge shotguns, and then they used 8 gauge.
Oh my god, man! Look, anything that weighs 11,000 pounds, if I can't put it down within 200 yards of me, it deserves to get me. Because my God, I'm going to get something. Something's coming out there that's going to stop it dead in its tracks. I'm not,
I have to get ready for work. It's past my bedtime. I have to get ready to go to bed. We will facilitate this trade and business sometime tomorrow if you have time.
Sure, man. Just email me. You got my email. I sent you a response. Just email me and we'll talk about it. Absolutely.
Awesome. It was really great talking to you. And Ray, I don't know if you're here. Thank you for having me on. I like networking with people. I like the discussion. So
me too, man.
I don't think Bumpkin or Andre would mind if I invited you or Ray on to New Frontier at any time.
Andre knows me, and I've been up there a couple times. I was up there that one time. I think you were there as well. I came up there, but you only saw my avatar, which hold on a second, which looks like this.
I don't think I was there.
Maybe you weren't. Somebody's microphone was crackling that day, and they were part of New Frontier as well. I thought it was you. Maybe it wasn't.
It might have halted.
Yeah, it could have been halted because my audio is screwy because I have a bunch of old gaming mics I use, but it could have been someone else. But it was great talking to y'all. Audience, thanks for watching. I'm gonna bounce out. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, brother. See you later.
Be safe.
You as well. I'm gonna bounce out too because I'm tired as hell.
I'm bouncing out too. So we're sorry, Ray. We tried to hold it down, but he just Maybe his power went out. Who knows?
Yes, please like and subscribe. Bumpkin, is this your the link to your song
in the back chat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That should be it.
I see it. Yeah, I will listen to it, sir. All right. Good night, man. Good talking to you as well.
Good night, chat.
Good night, chat, and everyone in it. And make sure you like and subscribe to Reckless Ray.
Yes.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you.